I see a future with Brilliante. I see it growing, I see it going places, and not just about the festival, but I see this as a wonderful platform for even our homegrown management teams to develop skills, different skill sets, you know, which will be at par one day with the rest of the world.
The performance, which are the concerts that take place every night, and stellar performances by renowned artists that come and just wow. And we have, of course, group artists that come and do that as well. Why Bangalore? That's a question I've asked myself too.
May I also know why Bangalore? I want to know, like, why did you choose Bangalore?
Okay, so we didn't, it was not foreseen, even as much as last year. During the Asia Music Summit that was organized this year through TAFMA, I met one of the festival and the event managers, and doing O3 Entertainment, you know, and that's where there was this discussion that took place, and through that discussion it evolved into his invitation saying, oh, I would love for you all to come to Bangalore, come here, I will do it, you know. And so that's how Ujjwal Mukhia has been the head of the O3, has been an initiator for us to be in Bangalore. That is one. And through that it became more solid through the space that we have, and it has turned out to be such a strategic move in a sense, even though it wasn't planned to be that, because Bangalore is the city in India where they're just such a vibrant and you know, atmosphere, and the community in music also is just alive, and so many new things coming up, and you know, bands and compositions, and also such a cultured venue as far as the city is concerned, and very discerning in terms of quality and all of those things. And I just love the people that I've been just growing to learn about more, and the fraternity in Bangalore that I'd already known from before. Of course, Natalia and Aman were part of one of our editions as well, and they're based in Bangalore. So just everything has just been so wonderful, and I just love that there's such a goodwill feeling that I've been experiencing from Bangalore, and that's why full heart, full throttle coming there.
And ma'am, I would also want to know, since you're the part of the team now, planning an event here, even in Nagaland, it's not an easy job. Of course, planning anything here is not an easy job anyway. But so planning such a huge festival in a huge city like Bangalore, can you tell us more about the process? How is it going?
Actually, I am not the one planning it. We already have our SOPs in place, and we have a partner there. Yes, of course, our experience and expertise in you know, correcting a little bit here and adjusting will come, but I am not doing the entire thing. And fortunately, we are going to a place where there are a lot of professionals, you know, whether it's editing or sound or sets or everything. So our partners in Bangalore are taking care of the major thing. We are basically taking our programs and our resources in terms of music educators, and of course, our Brilliante as a brand, you know, going out from Nagaland.
Would you also like to add something regarding the budgeting, how it goes, if anything that you'd want to share?
Well, in showbiz, there's a lot of emphasis on people on the stage, but actually the system behind it, I would say the main thing is actually finances, in addition to other sets. It's like the structure which will hold the whole thing. Any kind of event costs money. Goodwill is there, everything is there, but then if you don't have the resources, especially I'm talking in terms of finances, a lot can be compromised, you know. So if you were to do, I mean, a small town or state like Nagaland, we can, if we do it at a certain level, I'm sure, you know, it's going to be triple the amount in metros. Not because of anything else, because the level of expertise, the level, everything is higher there, and even the costing. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be huge. It is a very huge budget, but I think with the support of communities and across the country, we will be able to pull it off. And yes, even from Nagaland also, we are very open to any kind of support, whether it is your goodwill, your good wishes in kind, your expertise, any kind of support that you want to give. to Brilliante, we are very open to that.
Right.
And I think we will run some numbers later
Yeah, yeah.
on for people to contact if you want to engage with us. This community event, you are most welcome.
Right.
So did I answer your question?
You surely did. A lot more than just a question.
Yeah, I think
No,
we
no,
missed
no.
a
The
question.
curation aspect
Yeah.
I wanted
Yeah,
to talk
yeah.
about, the
Sure.
planning.
Okay.
So generally, we already have a system in place,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Because our programs are already now
So, yeah.
done and tested, and it works, whether it's the pedagogy or the other aspects. The planning process is mainly getting the right people to do the right thing.
Right.
And so having, to know what we have offered in the past years, and where there's always a feedback. We have to go back and see what worked, what didn't work,
Yeah.
and which is the thing that is needed at this time and space, and who are the people willing to do that as well. So and so where there are foreign participants in terms of our jury panel,
Yeah.
which is like we have 18 people this time because of the expanse of the competitions, 18 just in online, and then another 18 for our live. So you have people from as far as Latvia or Budapest coming in as panel jury members, US, UK, and far-flung states from all over India. Then we have artists who are also very varied, not just classically trained, because it's a multi-genre, as you
Right.
had mentioned at the beginning. So we have artists that are at different levels, whether it's a Grammy-nominated, Grammy Award-winning artist who's also going to be performing this year, and you'll have to wait for that to know who that person is, or even just one of our
Suspense.
prodigies, a young kid who you may not have known, but you will see during this time. And so those are the part of the planning that takes place.
Right.
Then the other aspect, of course, is the finance, then the production. But all of those things have to go together and are curated along the way.
Like I've mentioned, it's not easy to host a festival as
Yeah.
huge as Brilliante. I want to know when you started this, how was it? Did you get a lot of help, or how when it comes financially also, or anything as such? How was the early days like?
2017.
Yeah.
I think that year was very simple because it was very localized. It was
Right.
just for Nagaland, and so there was, because it was new, and when it's the novel type of item that comes in the state, people get excited, and so getting people to participate and join was very easy. Finances was also really easy at that time. Of course, the budget was also it's just very less, Yes, because we just had 3 featured artists and just a few, I would say, workshops. If we had 5 workshops and 3 featured artists, Nise was the one from Nagaland, and then we had Tatiana. Yes. And then Paddy in jazz. So there was only those 3. And now when you compare it to the last edition, we had like 20 something of that,
Right.
and performers there were over 40, 50, 60 performers. So it has just really springboarded into something that's much bigger. So obviously the budget has grown, but we are very, very careful in the way we spend, because we know that it needs to be done carefully, and we
Right.
always have this understanding that we need to be good stewards.
Yeah.
And we're not doing it because when we say we're not doing it for profit, obviously we have to be watchful of all the other aspects. There's
Right.
accountability, and so every paisa that people give and everything that we spend is really accounted for, and we value it, and it goes to the right place as well.
Actually, I think Kyo is what she has said is there's usually when you estimate a budget for an event, it always overshoots.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh
It
my God.
always overshoots. And then normally what happens is without telling anybody, the one who is responsible, most of the time
Yeah,
you
you
bear
carry
the,
the
yeah, you
burden.
burden, you carry the burden.
Oh God.
And then you'll
yes.
end up paying from your pockets
Yeah,
towards
yeah.
the end. Everybody enjoyed and have messed up your house and gone home, but then you have to
Clean
clean up
up,
the
right,
mess.
yeah.
So so a lot of times this budget always overshoots. So in an event, and like our festival director has said, the first year it grew very organically. It started
Yeah.
locally, but it's global now. You know,
Yeah.
this 5th edition is like really global.
Right.
So although it's still in India, we have a lot of international participation. So again, coming back to our budget, it's really huge. It's really huge, larger than what was spent last year in Kohima. So for me as an advisor, I keep telling her, Kyo, the budget, let's break down.
Yeah, and then I will I won't be able to breathe at times, you know, because it's a huge thing. But I think
I'm pretty sure it will all be payoff. I mean, it wouldn't go in
yes,
vain.
with your support
Yeah.
as well. Okay. But you know, I think somebody said vision brings provision.
Exactly.
And that is how God has been providing the
Yeah.
vision of Brilliante, because I don't really look at the currency in terms of money, but people's time is also currency, you know, their
Yeah.
love is currency, their skill set they bring, and the positive things, any good thing that you say even is such a valuable gift that they're giving to building and growing this
Yeah.
festival as
Right.
well. So we're very, very grateful for everything that has been given along the way.
I can
It's
only see it grow bigger and bigger.
it's larger than us, or we can even think
Yes.
of. So we're looking for divine provision.
And also now that you've mentioned that we have had, and you will be having performers from outside, not just India, but outside from abroad also. How do you plan that out? I want to know, like, who do you choose to perform? How do you plan that out? The performances, and also when it comes to competitions, the judges, how do you sort it out? Who is going to judge what?
Right. So for the judging part, it's very simple because it has to do with caliber, experience, and they have to be skilled for it. So whether it's technically their education background, their choice of genre, and their work along the years. So that is a no-brainer. Basically, we choose people that has been associated with the festival, and they want to continue being in it, and that's the greatest part, because we have people who have journeyed with us from the beginning, which also actually goes on to say a lot, because they've enjoyed being part of it, you know, and doing something. So that's the competition, the panel of juries and all. When it comes to the performance, it becomes slightly more tricky. We have to think of what the audience in that community might want, what would also represent us, whether that performance or whether that addition doesn't take away too much from the feel of the community. So because it's not just an event where you bring the biggest star and just do it. It has to click on so many angles. And so that comes a little more tricky. And then the availability of the artists. And also for some, of course, it's willingness, because to be part of something like this also entails some sacrifice, because we cannot pay artist fees. We cannot pay your 20 lakh fees and things like that, your production crew coming. It is something they have to have an intention in their hearts that they want to leave a legacy. And so for those, it's the aligning with the right people. And maybe they're not all in that same space in that year. So sometimes maybe they said no the first edition, but they may say yes in the 8th edition. We don't know, right? So because they're also growing and evolving. So that is how it is, okay? Basically, it's not just like, okay, let's ask him.
Okay, so
it just changes.
Because it's really not a profit-making venture.
Yeah.
You know, it's really, I would say, it's a movement of the people, for the people, by the people. And yes, while I'm on this, when we're on this discussion, I would also like to request our viewers to follow us on Instagram. It's our handle is Brilliante. So the forms for all the competitions are online. So please go right now and then follow us and see the rules. Everything is there, and you can also go to our website brilliante.org. So this is an appeal from all of us here to follow us and to also register for the contest if you want to. There are different genres, different categories. There's something for all of us. So
I think I would want you to mention about the categories as well, but I think that would it be too much?
I don't know, will it be too much? Maybe you can go online and check about
maybe
it.
I think it'll be too much.
But there's something for everyone.
Yes. So
absolutely.
the viewers can just go and check out their Instagram, then as they said. Talking about performances, I would also want to know if there are any performers from Nagaland flying to Bangalore this time for the festival or anything as such.
Yes, there will be some, and that also will depend on our budget as such. So if you want more of your people to go down to perform, then if you let our budget get warm, then we can do that. Otherwise, it's just the bare team will have to go down. Basically because everything costs a lot more.
Yeah. It must be difficult, even if you want to take like 10, 20 artists and showcase their
Ideally,
talent.
why not?
Yeah,
why not?
Of course, it will be difficult,
because
and
it's such a beautiful platform, you know.
We would love to take more of our Naga artists at different levels, different capacities.
From children to adults.
Yeah, from children to adults. And we have it in the pipeline, provided we get enough resources to be able to buy the tickets. Like I said, this is all going to be on goodwill and generosity from our community as well. So we are actually looking for that. We do have a lot of people in mind who are really good and need that platform. Okay, just performing in Nagaland is good, but going outside is even better. You know, you get to interact, even come out of a lot of our biases in our small town that we have. So I think it's very important for us to have this kind of exposure, the level of platform, even world-class performance halls that they can get used to performing. You know, so I would want to take a lot of people, but again, it just boils down to like our structure, which are finances, whether we'll be able to. So
it matters.
Yeah, it matters a lot. But yes, we are believing that this should pull through.
And that visibility is so important.
It is so important, because sometimes we can have the syndrome of like, you know, frog in a well. We think we're really good, but then when you go and see,
exactly, have to see if you're
and then to be noticed.
Exactly.
And because that venue is so, it's full of optics in terms of not just our talents, but performance and other skill sets that people can bring. And I always tell the team also, and people who always help out at Brilliante, that maybe monetarily they may not be amazing things that is happening in their pockets, but it's a place where you can just go free and network with the top people in India also. They'll all be there, the top music brands and the CEOs and the heads who come, government or in terms of culture space, you know, they're there. So you can make your own networks and go for it. So these are the other values that you may never get that handshake if you are not in the same space with the same people. And they also the guard is down. You're not meeting them in their office, but they're at a festival where you can really mingle and get to know them. And so opportunities for those who seek it.
So definitely it's a value addition for even our local artists. And like Khyo has said, it's being at the right place at the right time. But then we have to take ourselves to be at that place, you know. So.
And now again, coming back to the organizing aspect of this festival, I want to know what, ma'am, I think you would have, you know more about it. Yeah, you know more about it.
What's your question?
I want to know what are the challenges that you have faced, or you know, if there are any challenges when organizing this year's edition.
I think it would be good if Khyo starts with this, because like I said, actively, since we are not in that venue, we're not, it's just that we have our systems in place, we have our programs in place, we have our resources, and we are taking that and we've grown it and we have refined it year after year. So as a package, it's a product that we're taking there, but the management part in Bangalore, the team there is taking care of that.
We have an excellent team in Bangalore who's our event partners, so they will do O3 and Artist Connect. Then from our part, it's the curation and the planning. So all of those things are in order, almost, you know, our lineup and everything has been sorted. Now, so as the role of advisor, she would, you know, probably tell me in terms of business, hey, you need to start working on this and all of those different things. And Adam would advise on the education aspects, you know. Then and so her role when she comes down to the festival, it'll be closer to the festival, where physically in terms of production, with the stage, you know, I'll just hand it over certain aspects so she can just be that that boss.
She'll be busier. She'll be busier after
at that time, not now, because
for the fact that I've had a lot of I was fortunate enough to have produced so many shows and events. So yes, that would come in good stead. But also, I also want to let our business communities in Nagaland, those who have hotels, those who have products, their stalls, you know, for in the very posh malls, that you can rent stalls, where you have better visibility. Maybe if you're a winemaker or you're doing some product made in Nagaland, you can take stalls there. You know, it's not just our musical team which should be recognized. Even our creative Nagas are really creative, and we are so good in making so many things, and like our sensibilities, styles, and all are very good. So you know, if you have boutique hotels, if you have any kind of business and you want to advertise there, we have stalls available, very good rate. You can rent, because these are in the malls, okay?
The
so
footfall is
the footfall is
a day?
Yeah, a day, 50,000 a day. So that's a lot.
So how do they sign up for that as well if they're interested?
So yes, I think for that probably
They will have to
get
write to us at brilliantefest.org.
because
but also we
or if there's somebody who knows us personally and want to,
Yes.
you're free to
You
reach
can.
out to us.
We've also given a proposal to Start Up Nagaland,
Yeah.
Department of Industries, to collaborate and be part of this, and but of course it hasn't been confirmed as yet. So through that also you could let them know and then be a part of it as well.
Right.
Now, especially in Dimapur, since I'm also part of a business association, there are a lot of entrepreneurial thing.
Who are
Who are
yeah.
very independent and have setups and doing very good and very creative ideas. So you know what, we have been doing shows and trade fairs in here, but I think it's a good time to take opportunity like this, where everything is going to be stellar. Their management, the venue, the visibility, you know, the space, footfalls. So I would really advise you. It's an investment for your business. So
We'll put all the details later on the screen, their email and also the phone numbers.
Right.
And if there's any more information that you need, and also Instagram account and their website as well. I think
Yes.
I think you'll get more information about, if you need more, then you'll get more information about it there in their website as well. And now again, moving on, I think we have given a lot more information about Brilliante. Now I want to know, Ma'am Kyo, how do you see, how do you see the future of Brilliante? What is the future what is the vision that you have?
We believe in the transformative power of music, not just to change individual lives, but to change communities. This has been going on since time immemorial, and now in this modern age where people can be maybe so disconnected, I think the power of music to unite people groups and communities and cultures together is even more urgent. I feel that. And so I see a really bright future that is beyond when we look at events and just curating shows and entertainment. I see communities being supported. I see people just being vibrant in themselves in their personal space, where for maybe it's just, when we talk about Brilliante, it's an artistic community, it's a cultural engagement, but in that is everybody's space as well, because all of us as human beings have that in us, and so, and it excites us and it moves us. Music and art moves people like no other language can.
True.
And so I see this community growing. I see Brilliante growing brighter and stronger and getting more intentional in its focus and in its desire to build communities and to bring about such a diverse world together in one platform.
Brilliante, what Kyo has said is very true. I'm in it, or we're in it, believing and looking at it, its progress 5 years down the line, maybe 10 years down the line, that it goes stronger, deeper. But on our part as a team of being part of Brilliante, it's also our responsibility to see that we consistently I say that, produce excellence, because performance will just follow when we focus on being excellent in every aspect. So
I also want to know, since it's there were already 4 editions, how was the support here as well when it comes to Nagaland? Was it as was the turn up as how you expected it, or more than what you expected it to be?
I think so yes and no. When you talk about expectation in terms of actually coming to the festival, I think there's this false notion that it's only for Western classical pianists, and that elitist mindset where automatically people say, oh, it's a piano festival, so they exclude themselves thinking,
Yeah.
oh, it's not for me. So I think that is one of the things that we really want to let everyone know, that it is not just something for pianists, but it is for everyone. And as we keep on emphasizing that it's multi-genre and it is a community movement. So when you come and be part of Brilliante, you will know what it's about. It's hard to put everything in paper,
Yeah.
but when you come, you have a sense of, wow, this is what a community of people with the common language of music feels like. You know, you need to come and feel the life and whatever is going on, the special things, and why has it stayed this so far, and why has it grown, is because of that specialness which you have to come and experience yourself. And so in terms of that, I think our local community can get more intentional in coming and checking us out, in supporting it, and not in having our own mindset in saying that, oh, it's only for pianists. No, it's not. Of course, we're using that platform and using that language, but it is for everyone. And so last year we had a lot of students from all government schools who were part of it as well. And so, you know, in that way, it's just for different types of people from all levels, and you will enjoy it.
Yeah. Lastly, do you have any thing to say to the viewers if they want to be a part of Brilliante, not just come and join it, but if they want to support you, do you have any words for them as well? How they can be of any help? Anyway.
You go first.
Yeah. Both of you can hear.
Actually, yeah.
We would love your support, your prayers, your goodwill, and also your investment in whatever way you want to. We would love our viewers to follow us on our social media handles, you know, whether it's YouTube or Instagram, Facebook, Twitter as well, X. And so that means a lot, because we represent Nagaland in the first place, and that support from our community gives us such a boost as well. And that's one. And secondly, if you contribute, which I want to ask you all to think about it. No, sorry, I won't say that. Okay, please edit that. And we would love for you to be more engaged in making this festival happen. And if you do that, you can just get in touch with us at info@brilliantefest.org, or call the number that is given in the screen. DM us, however way, we are easy to reach. We are not difficult at all. So do reach out to us, and let it be a community effort in supporting some of the things that we want to do. So that would really help. And you can even specify, I want my donation to go to a Assam artist that can go down from Nagaland.
Right.
Or it can be specific to certain things, or I want to support a Naga artist, even if it's 100 rupees, I want it to go towards that. We are willing to respect that and make sure that it goes to the place that you want, what is speaking to your heart.
Yeah, I mean, immediately you can actually virtually also support us by resharing our posts, and everybody has an account in some way or the other. And if you are physically going to be in Bangalore on those 2 days, you can save your date, block your dates for that, and come in. Just your presence is going to be a boost for us. Yeah, I mean, spread the word as much as you can, virtually, physically, in kind, whatever, like our festival directors say. We appreciate and we are grateful for every little support that we get, and we need it, you know. So that's what I would say.
I want to thank Atu and Hornbill TV as well, the management, and the wonderful crew. Thank you so much for enabling us, to giving us this platform to reach out to your community as well. It is very, very valuable.
Yeah.
It's our pleasure. Pleasure is all ours.
Thank you. We appreciate it. We really appreciate it. You know?
And I think that's about all for today. I think the viewers are now very much aware about what Brilliante is, and also if they're interested, they can now, as we have been discussing, you know, now the viewers know how to sign up for it as well. So I think that's about all. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining me today. And I'm pretty hopeful that even the 5th edition of Brilliante will be of great success, and that it will grow bigger than ever, and then it will be one of the most, hopeful that it will be known for being one of the most successful piano festivals in the world, I guess, in the future.
Hornbill can be part of our broadcast media team. Come down.
That would be fun. That would
Yeah,
be
we
fun.
invite you. Yeah.
Yes.
But that's I'm pretty hopeful about it. So thank you so much, both of you, once again, for joining. And for our viewers, before we wind up this interview, I just want to let you all know that the 5th edition of Brilliante Festival will be held in Bangalore this year on September 28 and 29. So if you're available there, if you're put up there, it would be nice for you to go and have a look about and get to know more about what the festival is about and learn a lot of things there, I guess. So that's all we have for now, and keep watching Hornbilltv.